Last month was officially the hottest May on record since 1940, and May 2024 is the 12th consecutive record breaking month, with every month since June 2023 being the hottest ever recorded. And then also, the summer of 2023 was the hottest in over 2,000 years. And a lot of people blame climate change. So, definitely some very shocking statistics. And then, not only do we have extreme global temperatures, but also CO2 emissions also shattered records in 2023 too as well. And then we also have a very deadly scenario of what you call the greenhouse gas effect. And this concept in theory is going to come into play a lot more as we shatter these CO2 emissions. So basically, when CO2 emissions get released into the atmosphere by fossil fuels, about 50% stays within the atmosphere, and the other 50% gets absorbed by the oceans. And basically, when you have all of these CO2 emissions within the atmosphere, this prevents heat from radiating off of Earth and then eventually escaping into space. So, this is one of the main reasons why we've seen so many extreme weather events due to the fact that all of this heat is being trapped within Earth's atmosphere due to the greenhouse gas effect. So, definitely some alarming perspectives. And then, of course, not only does extreme heat impact people, but it also devastates animals, especially due to the fact that animals can't take the same precautions as humans and basically build shelter and protect themselves. So, Mexico's environmental ministry reported over 150 dead howler monkeys on the forest floor, and all of them died due to heat stroke. So this will become a reality, especially with our wildlife as these temperatures increase and increase more. And these are unprecedented times due to the fact that in the future, a decade or two from now, we'll look back at this time and realize that during these times, this was what you would call actual mild weather. And people in a decade or two will look back at this moment and realize that these temperatures are actually cold. So it's going to be very fascinating to see what's going to happen within the next decade or two. Definitely very shocking. And one of the main causes for all of these devastating changes, and all of these changes only happened within a few decades or so. So, definitely very interesting. But there has to be more sustainable development because we're basically in a society with a profit driven model for real estate development. This is one of the main causes for deforestation and habitat loss due to the fact that we're not implementing more sustainable developments because you have to realize is that with animals in nature, it's not them encroaching into our territory. We're encroaching into the territory of these animals in nature. So basically, it's our responsibility to take the initiative and make sure that the natural world doesn't get destroyed. But one solution would be what you call wildlife corridors. And basically, these allow wild animals to get from one habitat to another without any type of human interaction. So, this is a very important solution in regards to implementing more sustainable development, having more wildlife corridors. But like I said before, there has to be more mitigation being done. But it's very hard to defeat a profit driven real estate development system because a lot of them don't want to implement sustainable methods due to the fact that they believe it could take away from their profit margin. But there has to be more laws, more policies enacted in order to make sure that we have more sustainable development. But definitely a very interesting perspective in today's world. But thank you so much for listening to the one and only Twilight Mysteries. Thank you.